Well, hello everyone, what is going on? It is the Almighty Geoff and we are here with episode 32 of Grand Theft Auto 5. In the previous episode, we started off with our second set of spaceship parts. We came up here to do the drug shootout random event. We picked up the very last off-road race that had us going around the Ron Alternate's wind farm. We popped down into town to complete Did Someone Say Yoga, which was the next mission for Michael, which basically had us doing yoga, getting into a sort of a scrap with Fabian, the yogi, which caused Amanda to move out, and Jimmy basically drugged us, went on a away trip. It was just an experience in the end of the day. And to finish up, we went through the random event countryside robbery, which had us coming down about here to a cops and robbers type situation. So we killed the robbers, stole the briefcase, and ran away from the police. You know, typical GTA fashion. Now, before we start this episode, we're going to run through our third set of spaceship parts, so I will do a quick cut and I'll see you guys when we're done. Okay, so we're going to start with the last of the two main random events. There are another two that we're going to do next episode, which are exclusive to the next gen version. But this one is Rogue Altruists. It's just about at this part here in Great Chaparral. So
we will not retire. Never. Your generation will sustain us for eternity. I knew you was punk.
Oh, thank God.
there we go.
That was so awful. Did you hear what they were saying to me? Would you give me a ride home? I don't want to walk back on my own.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Come on. Let's get out of here.
Where are we
Thank
going?
you.
This way.
I'm
Okay.
staying just off Sonora Road by the Redwood Lights track.
So what the hell was that? Who were those guys?
I've no idea. I was just talking to a friend on my cell phone when I heard them behind me, yelling about the Industrial Revolution and the internet. At first I thought, oh, a couple of senile old-timers must have wandered out of the nursing home. So I'm like, did you get lost? Is there anyone I can call? Then they start really shouting at me how I'm dead wood, that I've failed as a generation. And next thing you know, they've got me pinned down on the ground. Terrifying. It was so disgusting. They stink like spoiled ham, crispy hands all over me, ranting about how technology is evil.
Yeah, except they was in the car.
Exactly. I'm thinking maybe they're like those weird religious folks who live out east that you see on MeTV, who publicly reject modern life but secretly drive to the farmer's market in a pickup and Era sneakers.
Rejecting television by being on television?
Right. But then they start going on about a manifesto wanting to drink my blood, and I realize that this is something way more sinister. Some kind of freaky baby boomer cult. So weird. They kept saying that youth is wasted on me, that I've ruined society.
Shit, which is rich coming from the generation that screwed everything for everyone but them.
I know, right? The generation before them survived the Great Depression, fought the Second World War, and built America to greatness. Then they stepped in and squandered it all. And it's our generation taking all the flack. Blame the millennials. Even if we are self-entitled narcissists who expect 3-hour workdays, who do you think we learned it from?
Shit, I don't know. If you're looking for a college debate about middle-class problems, I ain't your boy.
Anyway, I'm exhausted. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to get the thought of heavily armed, barely clothed senior citizens out of my mind.
All right. Well, you're home
There
now.
we are. Thank you so much. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come along.
Okay, that covers that event. Now we're going to run through our first assassination, which, if you don't already know, is a great way to build up money in
Can
this
I get
game.
a cab out to me?
Not a problem.
So
A
we're
driver's
definitely
on
going
the
to
way.
focus on that,
Sounds good.
especially for a completionist guide. We are going to need as much money as we can for all the properties that we're going to be buying. So I'm going to walk you through the best way to do it. I'm going to show you it through Franklin's perspective, because I've already done it with Trevor and Michael, even though it's Michael who needs it more than anybody. Oh, what are you doing? Get in the car. So we're going to go and meet Lester down here. It's basically through investments that you will make your fortune on these assassination missions. But yeah, I'll explain that. Just hold on a second. I think I've stolen more taxis than any other vehicle in this game, to be fair. Okay, now before you start up the mission, may I recommend you make a save. So I've made a separate save, just in case we screw this up. Go into the internet, go to Money and Services, bosac.com, to Markets, and invest everything that you have in better pharmaceuticals. You'll understand why when we get to the mission. So put everything you can in. You won't be able to put every dollar in, but oh, no, thank you. But yeah, make sure that you bet before doing this mission. Then we'll start up the cutscene. But like I said, make sure you've done this with Trevor and Michael as well. It's just I did that before this start of the episode just to speed this along a little bit, rather than have them have their own little cutaway cutscene.
So what's up, man?
Sit down and face forward. Now, I don't have a lot of time. I know you need money. Did Michael tell you about Life Invader?
Oh, shit, y'all two did that?
Look forward. We're two strangers having a friendly chat, and don't pretend that you liked Jane Norris.
Oh, man, I don't know, homie. I mean, yeah, the dude outsourced work to child slaves, then stole and sold everybody's private information, and even ripped his own friends' ideas off and walked around like the Messiah while doing it, but, man, I don't think the nigga deserved to have his fucking head blowed off on TV.
Oh, well, aren't you just a moral majority? You know, that's why the world is the way it is today, when a paid thug gets all namby-pamby when someone asks him to act like a paid thug, and for a good cause.
Man, check this out, homie. I like blowing motherfucking fools' heads off just as much as the next psychotic asshole. But I just don't look at this shit as doing a good deed.
Well, now you can, because it's not fools' heads, it's assholes' heads. And not just heads, you know, trashing cars or planning lies, forging evidence, anything we can do to take the battle back to these turds. You know, we'll fix the market in our favor and we'll right a few wrongs while we're at it.
Shit, okay, cool.
Right, so, you heard of Mollis?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so there's a new mollusk, sort of a super mollusk, and it's called Priapods. It's giving the living rigor mortis. Only Brett Lowry, CEO of Bilkington Research, paid off the FDA, and he doesn't care that his hardness pills are giving desperate, middle-aged men the world over heart attacks.
Damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Now, Mr. Greedy Lowry is staying at the Von Krastenberg Hotel in Richmond. Of course, he'll be well protected, but if he goes away, then America goes back to using mollusk, and Beta Pharmaceuticals gets a big bump in the price of their stock.
Damn, man, all right, fuck it, I got you.
I thought that you would. Now, consider using a sniper rifle or sticky bombs. You know, whatever. Do it your way, however you want. I'm gonna make the investment. We don't speak about this or anything. Now walk away, and I'll stay here till you're gone.
Alright, like an official Lester is. Okay, so obviously make sure that you do you can do your investments with Michael and, well, with Franklin in the mission if you want to. You can still have that option, but obviously you can't switch characters in the mission, so you've got to make sure you do that beforehand. But like Lester said, Beta Pharmaceuticals are the direct opposition of the guy we're about to be popping, so to speak. So make sure that you put all of them in there, because once we've done this, it will definitely work out in their favour. Now, I just want to check, do we have the sniper rifle? I'm fairly sure we do. Oh, I'm going to put the wrong thing up in here. We do. It's not got a suppressor though, which I would like. It would make our life a bit easier. Now, we're going to be driving by one on the way, so we'll just pick up a suppressor for the sniper. So that's the only option when it comes to these missions. They don't really have them. It's more sort of, it's more like, considering the official strategy guide book, which I used to have, albeit that was focused on the old generation version of this game, although they are pretty similar, is the fact that these are more hobbies and pastimes than anything else, but they are considered a mission. They are required for 100%, and they will add to the mission statistic. So I'm considering it all but that. The only thing that is the optional is to take him out with a sniper, I believe. So let's just go for the regular one. We'll get a suppressor. Oh, I can't afford it, can I? Never mind. Alright, it's not essential. It just makes our getaway that little bit easier, but we don't need it. Should have thought of that, shouldn't I? Okay, never mind. Alright, at least he's on the way. We didn't go out of the way to attempt to get a suppressor, but as long as you've got a sniper, that's all that matters. Okay, I've drove past my entrance, so we want to go to the parking lot that is just across the road from where he's going to be. Don't get out. I'm not doing too great here, am I? Okay, guards have arrived to pick up the target from the hotel. He's expected to leave very soon. Plan the attack quickly and find a location with a good vantage point of the hotel. Plan the attack quickly and find a I've just said that. I don't know why I said it again. Okay, so you've got a minute and a half before your target comes out, so don't worry about that too much. Now, it's best to do these missions once you have a lot of money in your bank account. Typically people who do this tend to leave it till last because of the fact that just before the end of the game you'd end up doing a big score and get a load of money. We aren't going to be spreading this out across the whole thing because we don't need as much money as you can earn, which is like in the billions of dollars. You only need like a few hundred million, I'd say, which you should be able to get by just doing it over the course of the game. But I would typically do these a bit later, but the latest you can do this assassination is in the just before the second heist, and the only one we've got left is prepping the heist, and then obviously the collecting the things needed for it, and then pulling it off. And I like to keep those all close together. I like running through those missions together if possible, so which is why I'm doing the assassination mission before we get to it. But I don't think we're going to earn anything else really before we get to it, so it's no problem. But I'll try and have a look into missions that give us a big payout that aren't heists, and then once we've done those, we might do another assassination mission and so on, because there's about 5 of them in the game. So I believe the guy we're aiming for comes out of this door. Not mistaken. He's pretty easy to make out. Oh, yep, there he is.
Keep your eyes. Man, you get what you give out, Mr. Lowry.
Alright.
Got a shooter! Take cover! Shots fired! Shots fired! Where is that son of a bitch? Keep your eyes open! He's here somewhere! Boss is down! Get
Alright. If we get out here quick enough, we should be able to get away without getting attention. But it seems we did it anyway, regardless of the fact we didn't have a suppressor. And there we go, we got sniper bonus and the money earned. So I think the money earned is just, you'll get that if you get the actual assassinate, if you snipe with a sniper. That's what you get the bonus for. So they're both basically linked, you'll either get both or none.
Hey, it's done.
I know. Good work.
Alright, well shit, let me know about the next thing.
Will do. But before that, I've got to tell you something. Our investment portfolio is getting a little, successful, so I figured we needed some tangible assets, property. So we bought a house in the Vinewood Hills.
Yeah, sure, man, whatever. You know best about this shit.
And we needed someone to live there for tax purposes, so some guys are moving your stuff in.
Oh, shit! Meaning I don't have to live with my crazy-ass aunt no more? Man, I don't know what the fuck to say, dawg.
Don't say anything, especially if a man in a suit comes to the door. I'm joking. That probably isn't gonna happen. It's yours. Enjoy it. 3671 Wispy Mound Drive.
Alright, and with that, as an added bit of bonus, we get a new house up here. Obviously this kicks you out of your old house in Chamberlain Hills, but you know, that ain't gonna bother us. We don't have to move in with our Auntie Denise, so we're actually going to drive over and have a look. Besides, we do need a place we can sleep, because this is where the investment part's going to come in, because we're going to have to leave it a few days. Now, annoyingly, Rockstar have imposed something on the newer versions of the game, so the ones on the PS4, Xbox One and PC, where you can't earn as much money from doing these missions as you can on the old-gen version, but you can still earn a pretty penny from these, so we should still have enough for complete everything that we need. So, but it's basically based on return percentage, and that in itself isn't really fluid with these, which is why I recommend that you save beforehand in case you screw it up, because everything that you do is on a time requirement. So you're gonna need to make sure that you're on the ball with these stock shares. So this is our new place. There's our bike and the buffalo. This is Franklin's new safe house. You can save vehicles, but yeah, we know. Same as before. And as you can see, the near assassination's open if you want to do it, but we're not going to do it just yet. So let's do just a basic tour. There's the front area with the music playing, so I can't stay around here for too long. You've got an outdoor area. You've got a porch and that. Right, stop playing music, please. Come down here. Go in here. I think this is the... No, we can't go in there. It's the next one. I think this is the wardrobe. Just through there. You've got an outdoor pool. You can't see him, but Chop is just around the corner next to the pool. Why will you go outside? Oh, that's the door's there. Oh yeah, there's Chop over there. And here's the bed where you can rest. So, let's have a look at how our investment has gone. So you want to go back to Balsac. My portfolio. You can see it's got a return percentage of about 49.99%. Now this is roughly about where we're going to be going. It can go higher. So I'm going to see if we can rest one time. Also, it only increases during the week, not at weekends. So I made sure before the episode to make it as early, because it was night time. We switched over. It was just about very early Monday morning. So let's have a look how it has gone. Hopefully it's not dipped. Yeah, it's about the same. So I'm going to sell it off there because about 50% is where you want to get. So let's sell all that. We've got a nice little boost in our sales. Now we want to go back to the LCN exchange. And if we go down to Bilkington, you'll see it is at an incredible low because we've just assassinated the head. So we're going to take this up and put everything we can with them, because this will jump back in a few days with quite a nice investment. It'll jump up to actually about 100%. So I'm going to run through the same again with Michael and Trevor. So I'm going to sell off theirs and put it into Bilkington. And I shall do a quick cut, and I will see you guys once the shares for that are at its peak. Okay guys, it seems to be hovering around the 86 to 90 level. I don't really want to risk pushing it too far and make it drop. But if you get between about 85 and 100 in terms of the return percentage, you've got the peak on the new version of the game. So I'm going to sell all that, which puts us near $1 million. So it's very good. That's worked out very well for Franklin. But let's see how it's affected our other people. Now Trevor's is probably going to be the worst off. He did not have a lot of money, so he didn't have a lot of shares. But he should be okay. He's probably the one we're going to need least economically, I should say. Now that I think of it, I should have probably gone to Trevor second, because we're going to be sticking with Michael for a little bit. But let's just see. I'm quite excited to see how this has turned out for him. Yeah, we've doubled into, well, we've doubled with all of them. Don't know what happened there. But we're in 10 million with Mikey Boy, so that's really cool. Okay, and finally with Trevor.
We are Scooter Brothers! Scooter Brother!
No, we're not. Sorry. Okay, we'll sell all those. And he's near $500,000, which is pretty respectable, especially for Trevor's income. Okay, and that is that done, guys. There's our first big investment that we've taken in. Now, obviously, it's not massive. But for where we are right now, it's pretty good, seeing as we've only done the Merryweather heist. And with Michael, we've also done the Epsilon missions as well, which is pretty good for him, which you should probably have done before you do that mission as well, but that's fine. Also, if you're wondering why Michael's car's like this, Jimmy pinched Alice when he never gave it back. We did get a text from him. So, yeah, that cheeky bastard. Okay, now we're going to head down to flight school, so by which, considering the time we're on, I didn't expect him to do that quite so dramatically. I'm going to get a taxi down there. Because no, that's not what I wanted to do. Because I want to get a significant amount of them done, hopefully half of them.
Nope.
Well, obviously, the mission itself, Hotel Assassination, is pretty shortish. But obviously, sorting out all the exchange stuff is a bit more lengthy. So that's probably why it took me longer than I expected it would. I was expecting it to maybe about a 7-minute thing in total. And then be able to fill up the episode with flight school. But it's not too bad. Still got about, well, just shy of 10 minutes. If we keep the spaceship parts in mind as well, but we should be able to get a few of them done. They are quite quick. They're not too long. These about a minute a piece, really, minute and a half. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so we've got training takeoff. Learn how to take off from the runway.
Welcome to flight school. My name is Jackson, with a J. And I'll be your instructor. First things first. Let's see if we can get you into the air without killing yourself or someone else.
Okay. 2, 1, go.
We're gonna start with a basic takeoff. Hold the throttle all the way down to pick up speed, and pull back on the stick to take off. You can retract your landing gear once you're a safe distance above the ground. Congratulations, pilot! You are now airborne. Now, navigate through those checkpoints marked on your radar, and we can move on to the next lesson.
Alright, so obviously going to try and get gold on all these. Most of them are pretty easy.
That was a good start. Well done.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously these are pretty easy to us as players because of the fact that we basically mastered it with Trevor doing all those traffic missions, and we've done the knife flights and everything. But for Michael, in terms of his skill, it's quite low. so it might be a bit trickier to
Now I'm gonna
maneuver.
have you attempt a safe landing on the runway. You won't have many chances to get this wrong, so please follow my instructions very closely.
Okay. I'm going to aim to at least do
Start
4.
reducing the plane's altitude gradually so you're just above the runway as you approach. Be sure to deploy the landing gear before you reach the runway. Start to decelerate while you're still in the air, but be careful not to stall the engines. When you touch down, continue to apply the brakes carefully until you come to a complete stop. Try to land as close as you can to the checkpoint marked on the runway. Execute it like a pro! Now let's get the plane off the runway. Taxi over to the marked area and come to a complete stop.
Easy peasy. We've already stopped with the instructions. That's how easy that one was. Okay, so I got inverted flight.
In this lesson, you're going to be performing a couple of different stunts. We'll start you out with a few barrel rolls. And if that goes well, you can take a crack at flying upside down.
Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, so the reason we're doing this now is because when it comes to the next heist we're going to do, Trevor is going to request that Michael take up some
All right,
flight skill
pilot,
lessons.
It's time for us to get a little crazy. First, I want you to get some altitude and head for that checkpoint marked at the end of the runway.
So that's the reason we're doing them as Michael rather than Franklin, who we typically do our activities with.
Good. Okay, let's see what you got. On my mark, perform a barrel roll by pulling your flight stick to the left or right. Okay, perform a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Bones of steel. I like it. Now let's try a few of those in a row. Level out your plane and get ready. I want to see you do 3 barrel rolls in a row on my signal. Watch your altitude on this one. Okay, perform 3 barrel rolls in
That's
a row.
1. That's 2. And that's 3.
Very nice. Are you getting
There's
dizzy in
went
there
to a
yet?
building there.
Go ahead and level out the plane again.
Yep, we are
Now
done.
let's see how you do upside down. On my word, roll over the plane and hold it steady. Okay, roll the plane upside down. Hold the plane upside down for several seconds.
Alright. Come on, let's not fly into Franklin's dupe. Oh, bugger. Alright. See you in a second, guys.
Roll the plane right side up. Great work out there today. I'll teach you some more moves next time.
Alright, there we go. That's number 3 done. Thank God for that. Okay. Now we're on to knife flight. Learn how to fly sideways, even though we've done plenty of these already.
This lesson will help you build your stick and rudder skills. You have to keep your plane steady while rolled over on either side. Perfecting this trick will really come in handy in the later lessons.
Sure.
Take off and head for the checkpoint marked at the runway. Then, I'll talk you through it. A knife is one of the harder moves. You'll have to keep your wings steady and use your rudders to maintain altitude.
Okay. Sure thing, boss.
When I give you the signal, I want you to try to hold a knife edge
Try
with your
and get
plane.
high up.
Okay, perform a knife edge. Perfect. Now hold that position. Don't forget to use your rudders to maintain altitude.
There we go.
Good. Let's see if you can do the same thing on the other side. On my mark, roll your plane over to the opposite side and hold the position. Okay, perform a knife edge on the other side.
Alright.
Level out the plane. That was an amazing run. You should be very proud of yourself.
Aw. Thank you. Alright. Now we're going to run through a couple more. So we're going to do flat hatting next. This is our first sort of
This obstacle
checkpoint
course is
race.
designed to teach you how to get better control over your turns. The course goes around the harbor, and you have to stay low to make the checkpoints. You'll need to use your rudders to help you make some of the sharp turns.
Okay. Now this one could be a little tricky because this one you have to
I want you to use everything
sort of
you've learned
master it so far.
to navigate this course as fast as you can. Watch your altitude, though. This is really a test of how low you can go and how well you can maneuver the plane.
Okay. So you basically got to do the course in a certain period of time rather than just a simple stunt, which is a bit easier because if you do it right, that's just the way of doing it in the regular sessions, whereas this one is prolonged. There are a couple of these. I think there's 2 for the plane in total, one that we won't be doing this time at all, obviously, and there's another one for a helicopter. So we'll be doing those probably next time, not the episode after, I'm not too sure. I think I've decided when it comes to that other random event we're going to do, because the other main one, which is the Stag Do Running Man that I was talking about last time, is a longer one, so I'm going to save it for next time, and I'm going to run through a slightly shorter one.
Good job! You're looking good!
Thank you.
Keep it up!
Which is basically just... they're basically ways of just getting some of like the new vehicles. Because I think there's one called Duel, which basically gives us a bulletproof car, and there's one called Sea Dodo, which is basically exactly what it says on the tin. So we're going to do the Duel one.
That's it!
So I'm still doing a random event, just not the one that I was planning on doing. Okay. Hope we can make that time requirement.
Awesome!
I think it heads back towards the airport now, but make it in time is a different question. I don't know. It's gonna be close.
You got this!
Come on, come on. We can do it. We can do it. Come on, Michael. Please, 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 please.
Excellent job! I couldn't have done it much better myself.
That was very close. Okay. You can see how tricky that one can be. Alright, finally doing touchdown. Now, I believe this is the hardest one of the set, though. This is a tough one.
In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to perform an emergency landing. Remember to begin decelerating while you are still airborne for a smoother touchdown. Then, once you're on the ground, the brakes should bring you to a full stop very quickly.
This is usually one that takes me quite a while to get gold on.
Okay, do you see your checkpoint marked on the radar? You're going to practice an emergency landing on that bridge straight ahead.
Alright.
Slow your approach as you descend onto the road. If you touch down smoothly, your plane is going to stop pretty fast.
Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, you son of a bitch. Stop, 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 stop.
That was an excellent landing.
Oh my god.
Very well done.
We did it first time, I think. And we've maxed our flying skill as well. Awesome. Did we do it? Yes, we did it. Yeah, it's a certain amount of distance, so if you do it within 10 metres you get gold, 45 you get silver, and if you actually land on the bridge, get that other one. Okay, phew. I didn't think we'd be able to get that then. Odd that I found inverted takedowns to be the hardest one there. Okay, we're done with that. Let's just switch over to Frank one more time, whilst we just get that other random event done. He's living the high life now that he's got his new place. Okay. Now you obviously need to get back upstairs first. That'll help. Oh. Denise is moaning. What are you saying now? Typical way you treat your aunt. Me. Let's pause and read if you're interested. Stay well and stay away from me. A bit harsh, but okay. So this one should appear about on this road. So I'm going to set the Mac a little bit away so we don't spawn right on top of it, because that will cause it to screw up. Shh. Okay, it's not been a bad episode, guys. I'm glad that we managed to get the hotel assassination done and all that money. That's sort of the thing I'm always dreading, because it takes a while to get the money thing sorted with that. I was hoping we get a bit more money, obviously, to reach 100% return.
That's the ride, my man.
But it's not exactly the case. But that's fine, really. Sorry, pal. Okay, so I believe this is just a little bit further down the road. There's not really much to this, you've just got a little bit of a shootout that follows it. Yep, there it is. They have a lot of random events that appear on this road, don't they? They got this one, they have the Chase Thieves Country 2, they've got the Countryside Robbery at the bottom. Okay, so the good thing about this car is it is bulletproof. So, I believe. Well. Do you fancy shooting them at all? Oh, I don't think we can shoot them. Oh. Right, you know what? Screw this. Where'd they go? Alright, there's one last fool. And that should be it. And now we can keep this, I think it's called the Duke of Death or something like that. Yeah, I'll say Duke of Death. Which is quite a good vehicle, so I'm probably going to go ahead and... wait, hang on. Okay, so you can shoot it at the front, but not from the sides. Right, I get that now. So yeah, it's pretty good if you're not getting shot at from the front, I guess. So, I'm going to go ahead and take that to the garage off screen, but let's go ahead and wrap up the episode. So let's have a look at our stats. 100% checklist, we jumped to 52%, not bad at all. Obviously another mission in the bag. Another 6 hobbies and pastimes done, because all those are necessary for that. That's all that will have counted there, so yeah. As you can see, we got gold on screen, the only requirement being Sniper Boy, so cool. Didn't do any Stranger Freaks, so that's good. Anyway, that is where we're going to end it for today. Next episode we'll start off with our second to last set of spaceship parts. We'll run through the penultimate random event, which will probably be Stag Do Running Man, I think we're going to start off with. I think we might send Michael to finish off flight school. Then we'll start up to the last heist by picking up Scouting the Port, which is like the sort of lead in like the casing the jewel store was for the first heist. And then pick up the very last random event of the game, which will be just about down here. So that's what we're going to wrap it up for today, but not before I thank my amazing patrons. My £5 plus patrons are Ron Hyler, Every the Snake and Andrew Corbyn. You can find links to their channels as well as my other £3 patrons in the description down below, and on screen you'll see grades to all my £1 plus patrons. Thank you so much everyone, it's truly appreciated and it goes a long way to help with the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you wish to join those patrons, you can follow the link in the description down below, where you can find the link to a Patreon page and pledge up to £20 and definitely make a huge impact on my channel. But you don't have to do that, because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and also be sure to share the video, and I will see you guys in episode 33. Bye guys.